Hey everyone, welcome back to another edition of Metcalf's Movie Journal. This is the show where I do quick reviews for the movies that I watch, give them a score out of 10, and then add them to my list. So let's see what movie I'm reviewing today. On May 13th I watched Renaissance Man, which came out in 1994. And if Dead Poets Society and High School High got mashed together, and it all took place during military basic training, you'd be pretty close to the plot of this real gem I just found thanks to Disney+. I honestly think 1994 might be the single best year for movies ever, with everything from Shawshank, Pulp Fiction, and The Lion King, to all three Jim Carrey classics, The Mask, Dumb and Dumber, and Ace Ventura, all coming out in the same year. It's just ridiculous that even when you get past all those, you can still find some solid B-movies like this one. Danny Devito stars in the leading role of Bill Rago, who, after losing his job in a very believable way, being late because of traffic, ends up being offered this very unbelievable sounding job teaching a group of struggling recruits, all with basically zero guidance. The idea that the military would have someone for a job like this with no clear objectives for them to meet is flimsy to say the least. But if you can get past that leap in logic, the actual story being told about a teacher trying to reach a group of students who at first are distrusting is a pretty standard formula at this point. But most of those standard formulas got that way because they've worked so consistently in the past. From the aforementioned High School High, which of course goes completely slapstick with Jon Lovitz as the teacher, to the best performance by Robin Williams in the most serious version of the story in Dead Poets Society. Renaissance Man manages to find a nice middle ground between the two, so it always feels like its own story worth telling. I don't think DeVito could ever hope to match up to Williams' performance, which came out 5 years prior to this one, and the script never offered him the same kind of inspirational or emotional chance to, except near the very end. But still, DeVito was smart enough to do it his own way, perhaps making his character, Bill Rago, into someone even more believable, but probably at the sacrifice of actual emotional entertainment, if that makes any sense. Generally, to be more real would mean to be more boring, since we all sort of are. In the teacher-student story like this, the cast of students is collectively just as important as having the right teacher cast. But sadly, aside from a performance by Mark Wahlberg that is really only fun for getting to see him so young, and I think he even throws in a joke about how stupid being a singer is, so that was a fun little meta joke. But as a whole, the group of students wasn't nearly memorable enough, and there certainly wasn't anything close to Ethan Hawke's performance in Dead Poets, which is really what this film was missing in the end. Still though, even a not-so-great film from the 90s still tends to do a lot of stuff better than a below-average movie would nowadays. And I always loved Danny Devito, so even if he's got to carry it all on his own, it's still worth looking at, and I'd still recommend it to anyone that enjoys him as an actor. I ended up giving it a 6 out of 10, and it landed at number 644 on my list, putting it right here in between Ransom and Now for Something Completely Different. And as always, thanks for watching. Hey everyone, thanks for watching another edition of Metcalf's Movie Journal. Be sure to click like and subscribe for new videos every week. And if you have a movie that you really want me to watch, be sure to drop me a comment.